So I have experimented with a lot of biohacks over the last couple of years, and I've done these 1 week, 1 month, maybe a little bit longer experiments, made videos. You might expect that I just stopped doing them after making those videos. Well, there are quite a few biohacks that I still do to this day because I have experienced some great benefits from doing so. So I'm gonna go over those and then ask you guys what you think. Let's get into it, but you gotta focus. So I'm gonna break this video up into 3 sections. The first section is, if you've been watching this channel for some time now, these are biohacks you probably know that I still do because I talk about them a lot. The second section is going to be a list of biohacks, supplements, exercises, techniques, and whatnot that I still do from experiments that you might not think I still do or that I don't talk about a lot, but I still feel like there's benefits or might be a potential long-term benefit. And then the third section, stuff that I kind of just stopped doing consistently, but I remember there being a benefit and I feel like I want to reapproach that. Interesting ideas in there, so stay tuned for that third section. First section, really briefly, red light therapy. It's like one of my #1 biohacks. Something about that infrared light that I feel like exposing myself to 5 minutes a day, about 5 days a week. Afterwards, I feel like regenerated, recharged, and I feel like it helps tend those achy injury spots, those achy joints for me. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe something as silly as a light system. It sounds so pseudo and gimmicky, but I've really noticed nothing but benefits for me from that, and it's like physically and mentally noticeable when I do it. Second biohack from this first list that I still do, vagal nerve stimulation. I have this little VNS device from Holist right here. I'm actually an affiliate with them. You can use my affiliate link if you're interested in this, or if you're not, there's quite a other few vagal nerve stimulators that all do the similar thing. This one's just portable. But for me, I noticed that when I use this device right before bed, if I'm ever feeling too antsy, I feel like it just brings me in a more calmed state. And that's super beneficial to get in before bed because I have trouble sleeping. I've had trouble sleeping for the longest time. This really has been helping me whenever I feel like I need it. There's some other natural techniques you can do to do it as well. Some breathing techniques, coherent breathing, 6 seconds in or 5-6 seconds in, 5-6 seconds out. You can do that right away. Do that for about a minute right before bed. If you want to have the free version of vagal nerve stimulation, there you go. The next one you might know I still do, barefoot shoes, but only on leg days or going on runs that are under 2 miles and off-road. I made a recent video on this. I've been wearing those barefoot shoes for like 2 years now, on and off. I still wear tennis shoes like on cement, running longer distances, which I don't really do too much anymore. But the barefoot shoes, I've noticed a huge difference when it comes to doing like leg days, weightlifting, jumping, jump training with the toes, with the foot control. There's something to be said there. I would ideally barefoot, just raw bare feet would be ideal in some situations, but going in the gym environment, the barefoot shoes allow you to get that barefoot feel. I notice a difference when training with them. I feel like my feet are stronger. I feel like my toes are actually individually stronger, and I feel like just there's more connection to the ground with jumps, sprints, all types of training. Okay, one more that I often talk about that I still do, wear blue light blockers before bed. These are actually not blue light blocking glasses. That's actually something maybe I should mention. I feel like I don't like to wear blue light blockers during the daytime because I've noticed when I did wear my blue light blocking glasses during the daytime, I felt like I stayed drowsy. Very interesting. That's something very interesting. So I actually ordered these new glasses without blue light blockers, and I wear these during the daytime, like working or when I want to stay energized. And then when I want to kind of relax for bed, I'll put on my other glasses that have blue light blocking in them. Apparently they do. And I wear those going to bed. Now I say apparently, and this is something maybe I kind of want to look at further because they say they have blue light blocking on the ones that I wear. And I kind of noticed they do a little bit, but it might be too subtle. It might be too subtle. Maybe if I want to get even more relaxed, I saw, some biohackers out there wearing these blue light blockers that are like clearly red tinted. Clearly red tinted. I think the ones I have, the blue light blocking film, it blocks a certain wavelength that isn't too visible. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see a yellow tint when you put them on, but maybe I should go more on this. Let me know what you think. So that's something to consider. I don't wear the blue light blockers all the time. Only at night. All right, some biohacking supplements that I still take that you probably already know because I talk about a lot. Tongkat Ali. I swear by it. To me, there's a noticeable difference. I feel it. From my experience, what I experience when I take Tongkat and it's just the cheap version of Tomcat by Solar Ray I've been typically taking here and there. Nothing special, it's not even expensive. It's only like, what, $12, $13 a bottle, you get 60 servings. I only take one, I take it 4 times a week. I don't take it every day because several reasons that I talked about in my Tomcat video. Maybe watch that if you want me to go over everything about Tomcat. The overall energy that I noticed with Tomcat, it's far superior than any other herb that I've taken so far. It's my #1 like natural test booster, whether it's actually naturally boosting my test or not, but it feels like it is. Like there's a difference in my opinion. Okay, moving on to the biohacks that you might have thought that I stopped doing, but I still am doing to this day on a consistent basis because I've noticed some benefits from them. And let's see if you can guess this first one. Ready for it? Ready for it? You're probably not gonna guess it. Ready? What is it? The iron neck. Yeah, I still have been using the iron neck on a consistent basis about 2 times a week, okay? I at least hit it once a week. And I've noticed a couple of benefits from doing this. The first one, visually, I feel like my neck hasn't really like shrunk anymore like it did that one time. I feel like I had like a pencil neck for a minute there ever since I stopped breaking, but I feel like I've kind of got that neck strength back. But probably more importantly than that, I feel like my neck stamina, it just feels better. And my neck pain that I had for a couple of years after having this terrible trampoline crash, well, I feel like I've rehabbed that and that's completely gone now. And I want to say that was actually due to the iron neck training, because unlike, some neck training where you typically go in the 4 quadrants right here, the iron neck, can work basically the full 360 range of all these different muscle variables and like groups in the neck when you use it in the 360 motion, which is literally the only way I train with it. And I just noticed there was like a couple of weak spots that I was hitting when doing the 360s with the iron neck. And over time, those weak spots got stronger. And I feel like now that when I'm sitting on the couch, where I used to have just like an ache in the neck, it never seems to happen, at least as frequently, unless I like hurt my neck doing something else, right? But I really haven't since training with iron neck consistently. Hopefully I don't end up with any problems that develop down the road from my neck injuries from previously. But as of right now, I'm feeling pretty good, and I want to say it's due to maybe that rehabilitation from using that iron neck and just kind of like general strengthening in that full 360 range of motion. Now, very important, when I train with the iron neck, I am not, I'm not doing that, okay? I am literally just barely getting any tension, and I'm doing several 360 spins one way and then several the other way. I typically do 5 one way and then 5 the other way. And I just kind of go in a slow and controlled motion, and I'm not pulling much tension at all. Not much at all, okay? I mean, I could probably push on my head, and that's pretty much the tension I'm applying when I'm doing this with the resistance band on my squat rack. I have it tied to my squat rack. But what I'm saying is I am not really forcing the neck. I'm not forcing it, okay? I'm really playing the safe approach, and what I'm really actually working on with it is the stability in that full 360 range to rehabilitate those zones that are weak. So next biohack, I want to touch on this because some things have changed, but I've made 2 videos on this already, but you might have forgotten about it. This is going to be something very stepping on toes in the fitness industry and just the mainstream world, and that's cotton underwear and cotton pajama pants. The reason this is like stepping on toes is because we start to get into that whole natural fabrics debate thing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, there have been some research on some polyester wear where it shows some potential negative effects from wearing polyester underwear. And well, it just so turned out that I was wearing not exactly polyester underwear, it was like a blend, but mostly polyester underwear. And then also I was wearing 100% polyester sleepwear when I was going to sleep every night for years, right? And then I got into this research where it was like, maybe try some natural fabrics. So I got 100% organic cotton sleepwear that I wear every night to bed now. And then I got 100% organic cotton underwear as well, but I actually switched that up now, and now my underwear is 95% organic cotton and 5% elastane, which is a synthetic material, but I found it's just necessary because if it's 100% organic cotton, it's like you need some of that modern stretch in the underwear, especially with doing some of this athletic stuff. That's just my opinion, because otherwise it's probably, in my opinion, more beneficial than going 100% cotton and just feeling super uncomfortable all the time and feeling like you're just, like sometimes 100% cotton doesn't stretch, it feels too hot. mashes things without having the flexibility, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a little bit of that elastane in the underwear that I wear now has been more beneficial, but I still have that whole concept in mind of wearing the natural fabric underwear, and I still am doing that to this day, especially the sleepwear though. That has been a huge change, going from 100% polyester to 100% cotton sleepwear. One big change I noticed, I actually did talk about in the previous video where I went over this, but you might not have seen that because it was kind of buried a long time ago. But that is switching to sleepwear. I noticed I've been waking up more solid in the morning very consistently. I feel like there's a drastic change there, and it makes me like think, I can't believe I was wearing tight polyester underwear, like tight polyester sleepwear every night. But yeah, biohack I still do. 100% natural fabric sleepwear and almost 100% natural fabric underwear. Still do that, still swear by that. Okay, next biohack that I still do very consistently is using a grounding mat. I've actually been using a grounding mat every night. How is that? I've been sleeping on a grounding mat under my sheet every night, and before you think the sheet is preventing it from grounding, it still works. I've tested it with my grounding meter and it still works. Now, have I noticed any difference from sleeping on this grounding mat at night? I can't say I have. Honestly, maybe it's even worse because there's like a little bump on the mat and it often like bothers my elbow. It's stupid, I know, but I still do it though. I still do it because I feel like I should be doing it, right? I should be grounded when I was sleeping. Maybe I should get a bigger grounding mat, maybe a bigger one so I don't bump my elbow, and maybe I need to cover more space. So maybe that's something I should look into, but that's just one I wanted to cover that I still do. And on top of that, I occasionally, every chance I get, will try to ground my feet on the actual natural ground outside. That I actually feel like maybe there is a subtle difference there. There's a subtle, just something. If it's nothing, if it's all in my head, there's something that feels fresh about putting your feet in bare grass. What do they say now? Touch grass? Next biohack I still do. I've actually been getting a lot of feedback on this one, asking for a follow-up video. I am planning on making a follow-up video. What is that biohack? You might have guessed. Oh, you hydrogen water in your little LED light that just makes it look so gimmicky, but there could actually be some potential benefits based on the studies, but are they even real? Yeah, these hydrogen water bottles, I know they're so gimmicky looking, especially with their lights. Like, they all have their little lights in there. It's like, why did you have to put that in there? It's like, some people were saying they're UV lights to like help disinfect the water, but they're not. This thing like changes colors. I'm pretty certain they're just LEDs, all right? It doesn't matter. What actually matters is, does it actually work? Is it actually infusing the water with hydrogen, and does it stay in there? Well, based on the tests I've done, it seems like the ppm parts per million of hydrogen, it seems like maybe it did increase, right? And also, were there any contaminants in it? I did a whole test on this, a whole video on this. I tested for like heavy metals and stuff that might be leaching from the water bottle. It's like I didn't detect any in my tests, so I continued to do it. Then I stopped doing it for a while, then I continued it again, then I stopped doing it, then I continued it, then I stopped doing it. Yeah, I kind of went on and off because I kind of just went all over the place. And then recently, I've been doing it consistently because I want to do a follow-up video, but I want to give myself enough time to do it to hopefully maybe feel something or just draw a better conclusion on this thing. But yeah, I've been consistently doing that recently, drinking hydrogen water bottle, probably like, honestly, like 5 of these a day, because it's not that much. That's one other thing. It's not that much volume in here. So have I been noticing anything from now trying it more consistently, you know, trying to up the dose of hydrogen water consumption a day? Well, you're just gonna have to stay tuned for that video coming up. Also, what about all that sleeping biohack stuff that I was doing? What about sleeping on the floor? Have I ever slept on the floor since sleeping on the floor in that freaking experiment that I did? Well, not exactly, but I recently got a new mattress. And when I did, I bought the firmest I could get from that company. That's something I wouldn't have done if I didn't do the sleeping on the floor experiment before, but I bought the firmest mattress I could, and I feel like that was something I wouldn't have done, but it has like helped me sleep better and wake up feeling better. And also maybe it's the quality of the mattress as well, because my mattress that I was using was like, it had a sinkhole in it, but it also was like too soft. Like, something was too soft about it. I thought it was comfortable. I thought I liked it. I thought I liked it soft. But something about sleeping on that floor was like, dude, maybe there's something about this firmness thing that I need to look into. And I bought I rolled the dice and I'm just like, deliver this. I got to deliver. I didn't even test it out. I'm like, the firmest one you got, right? Yeah, and I've been sleeping on it for a couple of weeks now, and I'm not returning it because I love it, and I've been sleeping better than I have. And the firm mattress is something I learned from doing the sleeping on the floor experiment, so I took that knowledge, and I think I think I'm onto something here for myself. I think the firm mattress is a biohack that we can include in this list. Now, some supplements that I still do take from experiments that you might not think I still take, or maybe I just didn't cover enough. First of all, HMB. I do have a recent video on that I made a couple of months ago, but I have been still taking HMB to this day, and I feel like there's some kind of strength benefit from it. I've noticed a strength benefit every time I take it. I've only been taking about 1 gram a day though at this point, and maybe I could up the dose like I did before, but I kind of had some interesting side effects when I did that. But I feel like I've been noticing a stable, middle of the ground benefit from taking 1 gram a day of HMB, and I'm going to continue to do that going forward. At least that's what I'm planning on doing. But I've also been taking that now with creatine, an experiment I did before in the past. I haven't taken creatine since that experiment until about a month ago, and then I started dosing creatine in an interesting way that's going to be in a video coming up. Stay tuned for that. But just throwing that into this list because that has been a significant biohack for me over the last month that I got to throw in this list. Some other supplement biohacks from previous videos. One I kind of mentioned here and there. I included it in this, I think it was the brain health video. Could have been in a few of the other ones, but that is NAC, N-acetylcysteine. Very interesting supplement. I've noticed some very good benefits from taking it. I've wanted to make a solo video on this. I actually did make it before, then something happened. So I didn't post it. But yeah, I want to include that in this because I seldom mention that here and there. But N-acetylcysteine is a supplement I take not every day, but when I feel like I need it, and I feel like I notice when I take it. So I'm throwing that in this list. Also, I've been recently experimenting, playing around with zinc and magnesium. So you may have heard, I've mentioned I've been using magnesium towards bedtime in previous videos, so you might have already known that. But zinc as well recently I've been playing around with. I've been playing around with a few different types of zinc, and one that I'm going to be actually trying soon that I'm waiting to come in the mail is zinc carnosine, because I heard it's like one of the more natural types of zinc, or that your body might recognize because it's like found in food, zinc carnosine. So I'm going to be trying zinc carnosine with magnesium more recently. So that's one biohack that I still do with the magnesium, but now also I'm going to be trying the zinc going forward here. And then another supplement that you might thought I stopped taking, but I actually do take, not every day, but I do take when I feel like maybe I could use it, ashwagandha, because I felt like when I took that from a previous video that it worked well, but it worked a little too well when I was taking that consistently, right? I said like it zoned me out too much, it made me like emotionless, right? But I feel like I almost feel it immediately when I take ashwagandha. So if I'm ever feeling like a little too anxious for some reason or another, ashwagandha, it really works for me. I take that along with maybe some of these other techniques. Man, a powerful herbal supplement that I take occasionally now, not all the time, because I don't want those side effects like I talk about. Now remember, everybody's different. This is just how I feel and how I feel like I've reacted to these different biohacks. And these are the ones that I have continued to do because I feel like the benefits have outweighed any potential negative. But I just feel like these ones are my staple ones that I've been doing. With that being said, going into this next category of this video, these are some biohacks, some experiments that I have done or have thought about doing that I stopped doing but might want to reapproach them or do them for the first time. I just talked about them, and I want to kind of get your guys' feedback on this. So this guy got some interesting stuff here, right? And this isn't a complete list, so if I missed something, or you think of something better, hey, leave me a comment, right? I'm willing to look into a lot of stuff. You guys have some interesting ideas out there. First of all, one biohack from a video that I did that I'm inconclusive about. It just was very pseudo, but it could have been something there. That was PMF Therapy. So I got myself an old Bemmer 3000 from eBay. From like the 90s, basically, maybe the early 2000s. I don't know. This thing, it smells like the community center did back in the day, right? It's a mat I lay on, or I have a smaller pad that you can like spot treat an area of the body. It's supposed to release these like pulsed electromagnetic fields that are supposed to like realign the cells or do something, increase this like microcapillary blood flow to promote healing and just like regeneration on this like crazy cellular level, right? It sounds crazy. It sounds like, but did it actually work? I did it for a while. I didn't notice anything super conclusive, but was something happening slowly that I needed to consistently do it for longer? Should I reapproach it? The only downside is it takes time. I have to lay on the floor for 8 minutes at least, on the whole mat, and it also takes up space. I'm running out of space here, you know what I'm saying? But maybe I should get that back out. Maybe I should just try to do it consistently every day, and maybe for like a year. I don't know, should I look into this more? Maybe I should get a better updated system. Maybe this thing's broken, but I did detect some electromagnetic fields using my device here, so there is something coming out of it, but yeah, I don't know, what do you think? Okay, second thing, I've made a couple videos on this now, but it's like, it keeps doing me dirty, but I keep coming back to it, and that's ice baths. Ice baths. Based on the conclusions of my previous videos, I felt like it was just too much stress on the body. It was just too much like stress with everything else I was doing, and I was almost like, it was just too much. But could there be something there regarding inflammation and blood flow and just blood flow stimulation, that maybe if I did it right at the right time, could it be actually something beneficial? One thing that I was doing that maybe I could approach differently this time was I was doing it like, I wanted to do a challenge with ice baths like every day, right? And it like some days maybe it's just I didn't need an ice bath. Like what if I only did it when I felt like I needed it? Maybe that's not that interesting of a video, but maybe that's actually a better approach to an ice bath. I don't know, man. What do you think about ice baths? Tell me. I have friends that swear by ice baths. They swear by them. They're like life-changing, and I've heard of all the stories, you know. But for me, it wasn't there. But it's like I want to do it again, right? I want to try it again. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Now, with ice baths comes an experiment that I haven't got to do yet because it's a big setup, and that's a sauna. That's a sauna. Yeah, it's a big setup and it's expensive, right? If you get a full sauna, it's expensive. I bought the mini sauna before, but that thing smelled like it was melted plastic. You know what I'm saying? It was like super cheap. It was basically some kind of polyester plastic setup thing. Boom, 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 tent, and it put steam in it. So I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe I could find a cheaper one that doesn't like let off like off gas basically, or that much off gas, or maybe I can make my own. Maybe I should make my own sauna. It's like I want to figure something out here, but I don't know. Going into summer, maybe I'll kind of hold off on this, but like going into winter, I feel like that'd be a good time to do the sauna experiment. But yeah, sauna is something I've been so interested in, but just really haven't gotten around to doing because of several reasons. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about saunas. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm gonna be so late to the sauna game, no one's even gonna care anymore. It's gonna totally phase out of it's basically, no one's really talking about saunas anymore anyways. All right, some other supplements that I've been thinking about, maybe reapproaching or just thinking about trying making a video on. What about TMG, trimethylglycine? That's kind of making a comeback in popularity because of the potential muscle growth, strength enhancement that it can potentially give you, the performance enhancement that it can give you. So maybe I'll start taking this consistently and make a video on that. I don't know. What do you guys think about this whole supplement? Is it just kind of overhyped? Or is there something there? And also my herbal stack that I was once doing, the Cistanche, Turk, and Tribulus, that would be on top of the Tomcat. I felt like I felt like I noticed a difference, but I don't know that it was better than the Tomcat. And I feel like if I take all these together, I'm kind of like herbing out. It's like too many herbs. Maybe I should just suck it up and just clump it all in a pile and put it in and chug it back in the morning. Herb the heck out and see what happens. Maybe I should do that. But yeah, I've only been consistent with the Tomcat and now recently the Cissus. These I haven't been. Maybe I need to put them back in. All right, and then another supplement that was interesting that I haven't really messed around with since, but maybe I should. AlphaGPC. I noticed there was like some kind of like deep strength increase, maybe a nootropic effect. What about AlphaGPC and some other nootropics? Yeah, what about nootropics in general? Kind of been, you know, haven't really been messing around with any nootropics unless you consider like Tomcat a nootropic and or magnesium or any other supplement I mentioned a nootropic, but like what about specific nootropic supplements? That's always something I'm interested in looking into. And then finally, maybe I should look back into breathing techniques and or like meditation or something like that, or like just a breathing technique, kind of like the Wim Hof method. I made a video, one of my early experiments was actually on the Wim Hof method, breathing technique, but maybe I could reapproach that. Maybe I could also look into, I think it's called Kira Yoga, or other forms of breathing techniques to look into that could be for biohacking. Yeah, let me know if you know of any interesting breathing techniques I should look into, because I've been interested in that and been kind of playing around with that idea for a while now. So yeah, it hasn't just been, oh, I'm gonna do a 1 week experiment, make this video, and then that's it, I'm moving on. No, some of these have actually stacked up over the last couple of years, and I feel like have built up a positive layer of biohacking to my life. Maybe I'm just wasting my time. No, I feel like I've actually noticed some significant benefits from these. Feeling more balanced, healthy, less inflammation, better sleep, better mental focus, better physical recovery, and I feel like better aging perhaps. I feel like I'm aging better than maybe I would be if I wasn't doing these. Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe it's all in my head, right, bro? Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm just wasting my time. But yeah, I know there's more out there, and I know there's something out there. There's got to be something out there that is going to be the ultimate biohack, and I'm on the search for it, baby. I'm on the search for it. I'm just kind of joking, but maybe not, maybe not. Anyways, that's what I still do. That's what I'm going to continue to do from here on out. I am planning to make update videos if I make changes to these biohacks, because I think that's always interesting. And then I am planning to maybe reapproach some of those that I talked about at the end there. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you have any other ideas that I should look into. I also have some other new ideas as well that I'm looking into that I haven't covered in this list yet. That final list was not complete. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned, more videos coming out next week I think you're gonna like. Hope you all have a great day. Peace. I will see you all in the next video.